Hey guys, welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. I'm Greg, and that's a 2021 GT500. That's right, 760 horsepower under the hood of this baby. She is black and beautiful, man. I tell you what, the grill on these things are just amazing. I mean, it looks like NASCAR, baby, just gulping up the air. We got all the coolers up front here, of course the radiators up there also. Just everything about this car is just so cool. Can you imagine how much air that big old nose is swallowing up? And then that splitter down there keeping you pinned down to the ground, I tell you. And then the hood here actually has a removable panel on the bottom side, so it makes these fins actually functional. Very, very cool, guys. You're gonna love it when we park this dream in your driveway. Now, I've been fortunate enough to be able to drive one of these quite a bit. I've put about 15,000 miles on one of them, and I got another one that I'm gonna put another 15,000 on. And they are just a blast to drive. I tell you, jet fast, and this one's jet black too. Of course, this is the golden ticket car, so it's got the carbon fiber package, the carbon fiber wheels, dash, the wing on the back. Get inside here and take a look. It's got the Recaro seats in it. Just absolutely gorgeous. Just fun as can be to drive. I've made mine my daily driver. I mean, we take it to the grocery store. We take it everywhere, man. I take it up to Home Depot, fill up the trunk with, you know, stuff we need for the house, and just, I mean, just have a blast driving a thing around. Super cool, man. Of course, it's got the sequential tail lights. We're going to show you the exhaust cutouts. We actually already did the under video on it, but we'll show you those. There's some baffles right inside there that open that exhaust up. It just makes this thing howl. I drive mine in sports mode all the time. Keeps those RPMs up, keeps that exhaust loud so everybody knows you're coming. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we do not do any consignment whatsoever, so that means we own this Mustang. So you know we spent our time, checked it out, got a good one. Now we're gonna put it up on the rack so you can see the bottom side. We're gonna take pictures, we're gonna do a video, we're gonna get the hood up, we're gonna show you everything you need to see about this Mustang GT500. All right, it's GT500 time, baby. Black and beautiful. We got the black snake here, baby. She is absolutely a blast to drive. Like I told you earlier, I love driving these things. I've got quite a bit of seat time in one of them, and we're just having a blast with it. Now, there are so many things that you can do with the computer on this thing. You can change the way the dash is, the color of the dash, the way the gauges look. Of course, it's got all the different settings, drag race mode, it's got sport mode, it's got track mode, it's got a slippery mode. I drive mine in sports mode all the time. That keeps the RPMs up there a little bit. Plus it keeps the exhaust loud. And we can deliver this thing anywhere in the world, guys. So just give us a call at 248-97. Let me start that over. 248-974-9513. Half the time I try to get half my phone number and half Tom's phone number. I tell you, you hear how it downshifts. You get on the brake, it starts downshifting. Now, all the controls down here, this is the mode for changing, you know, whether you want to be in track mode or sport mode or normal mode or whatever. So just up on that. And then this is the switch to change the exhaust mode, whether you want to be loud or quiet. And then this is your advanced track switch, which shuts off traction control, or if you hold it up for 5 seconds, it turns off advanced track, which advanced track is basically the anti-yaw. So if you want to do donuts or something, you got to turn that off. Or if you want to get out on a track and do a little drifting or whatever, because it will take the accelerator away from you if you don't have that turned off. Now, we're close to the airport here in Detroit, so if you'd like to come visit us, we'd love to have you. If you want to send an inspector, got no problem with you sending an inspector, just give us a call, let us know he's coming. I tell you what, you will not be disappointed with this car. I mean, I've driven all the supercars, and obviously I like this one the best, but don't tell anybody. Here we go. Listen, I tell you, and the trans is so smooth. I don't know if I told you guys this when I was underneath the car, but if you hold down on the downshift paddle, it'll actually rev match. So if you're going like 70, it'll drop you down into like third gear and you're off like a bullet. Stick with us, we're going in the air with it right now. All right, we're underneath this Mustang. You can really tell super low mileage. I tell you, nice and clean under here. Now I want to point out the active exhaust here. There's actually 4 settings. There's quiet and regular, and then there's sport, and then there's track mode, which is basically wide open, I believe, and it is a big difference. You can actually set this thing up if you get the app. You can set it up to start in quiet mode if you don't want to wake up your neighbors. Of course, I like waking up the neighbors, so I got mine at high octane. We got a cooler in the rear end here. We got 373 gears in here. Of course, it's independent suspension out back. You can see these lower control arms are beasts. We got extra bracing going in every direction here. You can see the heat shielding on the floors, and then you can see just how nice and clean everything is under here. So that tells you very well kept throughout the years here. And then we talk about the 7-speed dual clutch trans here. Now, the way this thing works is there's 2 clutches in there. The one clutch runs 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th. The other one does 2, 4, 6, and reverse. And like 8 milliseconds between shifts. So when you hit that paddle, she shifts right now, or you just leave it in gear. I'm trying to shut my phone off while I'm talking to you. You just leave it and drive, and this baby shifts and does exactly what you need it to do. It is a blast to drive, especially downshifting. Then, of course, don't forget it's got the line lock on it. It's got launch control. I mean, you can watch 100 YouTube videos on all the stuff this car will do. Now, also, be careful when you get up close to the curbs because this front end is low. I see one tiny, tiny little scrape right there. Looks like somebody got on something, just barely touched it. Other than that, I don't see a mark on the bottom side of this at all. Just a couple tiny, tiny little scratches. Then, of course, we got these monsters up front here, the 305 30 20s. And then, of course, being a golden ticket car, we've got the carbon fiber wheels. And then you see this coating on here? This is some kind of space-age NASA stuff that they had on the space shuttle to keep the heat off the carbon fiber. You've got those gigantic Brembo brakes to slow this beast down, all 760 horsepower of it. And then as you look at that black paint, just looking sweet. All that rocker ground effects there, also not a mark on it, looking sweet. Now out back, we got just a little bit more rubber back here. We got 315 30 20s out back. And then they don't have that heat stuff on the back ones. The offset on the wheels are just a little bit different also. I learned that the hard way when I was changing the wheels around on my car. So the fronts and the rears are not interchangeable. And then again, carbon fiber, and I told you about the Brembo brakes, then that's the parking brake there also. Well, we're gonna lower this baby down and take a look at the business end. All right, we're under the hood of this beast, and right there, that's the power plant right there. 5.2 with that supercharger sitting on top. She is making 760 horsepower, man. I tell you, she is amazing. Of course, anti-lock brakes, power legs, power steering. It's got that electric power steering on it. The battery is actually underneath that cover right over there. So if you need to get at the battery, it's right underneath there. I mean, she is just an amazing piece, guys. So give us a call at 248-974-9513 and let Vanguard Motor Sales park this dream in your drive.